Hi everyone. Hi, I'm back. This is Sharon, and I'm here to review Black Ink Crew Season 5, Episode 7. Now let me tell you this. Remember that in the last video how I was telling you we had 70 degrees weather and it was good seeing the sun again and hanging out? Well, that's all over with now. It's back cold. It rained last night. It thundered around 5 something this morning when it's almost time for people to get up. And I'm a little sleepy, a little dragged. But we're going to get through this episode. So stay tuned. So the episode opens with Bae and Walt hanging out at 113. Bae's telling Walt that she hasn't had sex since she left her husband. She caught her husband cheating. She couldn't wait to get divorced from him. She made him sign the papers. And once she divorced him, she realized, wait a minute, I don't have anybody to hold on to when it's time to be held on to. So she hasn't had sex since then. And she's lonely. She says she's only 32. She wants to mingle. So Walt suggests that she tries Tinder. Now, Tinder, I guess, is this dating app. I had never heard of it. I guess it's popular because Sky came in talking the same thing. Let's put her on Tinder. So Sky decides to help her do the profile, snatch the phone from her, and start picking her guys for her. Sky found a match, and Bae is going to try it. She's going to go on a date with this match that Sky found for her. Girl, have you seen Sky's man? I don't know, but okay, Bae, you're a brave girl. You're a brave girl anyway. And Cease began to tell Walt how this woman showed up at 125, and she basically said that Cease got her sister pregnant and that he had the girl abort the baby, and the girl wants to, know if Duchess had anything to do with it. And I'm like, what if she did? What business is it of yours? But Duchess, the girl, so anyway, we went through what happened with the girl and Duchess. Duchess went downstairs with the girl. Instead of saying, well, who are you? And what do you want with me? You could talk to me right here. Duchess went outside to talk to the girl. So he's telling Teddy all about it. Teddy's like, man, that's rough. You know what I mean? You about to lose your girl. So in the middle of the conversation, Duchess calls Cease on the cell phone. And she's telling Cease she's not going to stay at his place. She's going to a hotel. And Cease was like, why would you go to a hotel and you can stay with me? And she said she just needs time to think, and she needs time to think, and she wants to be alone. So Cease couldn't do anything but agree to it. And he's telling Teddy, after he talked to Duchess, I'm going to need you to come back to 113. I need to get my life together. I need some time to figure out what's going on. How can this happen to me right now? When everything was just so perfect. Now this. And we survived a lot before. I think we're going to survive this, but I got to work on it. So Teddy agrees to come back. Teddy knew that he was coming back anyway. When everything falls apart, you're going to call me back, Cease. Duchess goes to a hotel, and you just see her laying across the bed crying. It's like, oh, come on, not this again. I don't want my man to have a baby before we even really, get our stuff together. So she's just really disappointed. Sky tells Kitty, Bae, and her friend to meet her at Black Ink 113. And when they all meet her there, she gets there, and she tells them what she needs from them. She's going to Miami, and she's going to have this vaginal rejuvenation or a rebuild or whatever. People are really messing with their coochies these days. I don't get it, but okay. She feels like they haven't had children yet, so she brings this cast in, and she wants them to make a cast of their coochies so she can give it to the doctor to model her one after because they haven't had children. She had 2 children. She feels like hers has changed and she's going to get a new vag area, vajayjay. So they go in the bathroom. Now this is why Richard and Walt are looking on, and they pull out their panties and they stick this stuff up their cooches to make a cast out of it. Some kind of moldable clay, I guess. It was crazy. I have never heard of no shit like that in my life, but people will sell you anything. If you're willing to buy it, if you're open to it, they'll sell you anything. So these girls are in there making casts of their vajayjays. And Sky likes Kitty's the best. So that's the one she's going to take to Miami to show the surgeon so that he could mold her one like that. Okay, Sky. I don't know why you're so unhappy with yourself. You didn't had your tits done, your behind done. Now you're going to have the little coochie. What is all this supposed to do for you? I'm really interested in what you think it's going to do for you. But we shall see. Maybe you're just having fun. I don't know. It's very expensive fun. So Duchess texts C's the next day. She wants to sit down and have lunch with him. She texts him right as she's arriving at the place. And she wants him to meet her there so they can talk. And she orders water. And she told the person she's going to wait till her date gets there. And an hour passed, 2 hours passed, no C's. So Duchess is taking it that, well, Steve doesn't want to talk. He's so busy doing whatever it is he's doing. He doesn't want to talk to her. She's not a priority to him. Finally, she just decides to get up and leave. She's been sitting there so long. So in the next minute, you see C's telling Teddy and his brother, you know, Duchess had been texting me, but something happened with my daughter. My daughter had an emergency. I had to go over there and see about her. The text that Duchess sent me, I'm not getting any answers from her. I'm trying to call her back. She's not asking. She's not answering. So I go home. She's left me a note and my ring. She's given me a Dear John letter. She's done with our relationship. And she's gone. She's going back to North Carolina. So Duchess is through. She's through with C's. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him anymore. So she says she loved that man. So Donna gives Sky a bottle of wine as a thank you for letting her stay at her place until she got on her feet. So she says she's been there black ink, tattooing like crazy, coming in early, staying late, and she finally got up the money to get her a spot. So she has her spot. She'll be moving out. And you talking about a bitch happy? Sky seems like she just haven't had no good news like that in a long time. She's very happy. Donna's happy to be getting out. And Sky tells her that she's being stalked over the cell phone by one of her baby's daddies. She said he's worse than Lucifer, and she really doesn't want to have anything to do with him. She told Donna that when she first was pregnant with his son, he was saying that that's not his kid. He's not going to make any claim to it. So she said, you know, he didn't. He left town. She was alone. He left her alone with this baby that she was getting ready to have when he was nowhere around to help her. Isn't that just like some? She said, now he wants to come back and lay a claim on my son. And I'm not feeling it. This guy, baby daddy, shows up at the shop a little later. And he's telling her he just wants information about his son. And Sky's not willing to give it to him. I don't even think this guy, the way it seems, this guy doesn't even know that she has adopted the children out. The way he was asking her, you know, I just want you to talk to me about where's my son. And maybe that's why she's running from him. Because she don't know how to tell him, I don't have him anymore. I gave him up for adoption. Ooh, girl. So this man might still have a claim on those kids if he didn't know that she had these kids adopted out. I don't know what's going to happen. So he comes to the shop. When Sky sees him, she gets up and he's asking her, look, I just want to talk to you about my son. She opens the door, snatches the door open, walks out. And the guy walks out behind her. And Walt walk out behind her. And she's telling security, look, I don't want him near me. Keep him away from me. So they're trying to tell him, you know, you really can't be stalking her like this. And he said, all I want to do is talk to her. You know, she has my son. So Walt talks to him and says, you know, it's apparent she really doesn't want to talk to you. You just can't keep following her around like this. You know, you have to find some other way. But today, maybe is not the day. As a man to man, he didn't try to belittle the guy or anything. But you can't just really if you keep following her, I'm going to have to call the police. The guy finally said, you know, I really don't want to make trouble. I just want to talk to her. And he finally decided to give up and he walked away. And he walked away. That's really intriguing. Now, what if this girl never gave this guy a chance? Well, he was gone, so maybe she couldn't. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But when we find out, I'll be here to tell you. Because if he didn't have an opportunity to sign papers to say that I'm giving up the rights of my children, he might can take those boys. She might have gave up her rights, parental rights, but he might not. We shall see. These things can get really, really sticky, especially when you're dealing with the court. Sometimes you think the court will go your way. Not all the time. The laws are very, very ticky from state to state. He comes to 113, and he has a meeting with everyone there, the guys and the girls, and he tells everyone what happened between this girl coming up and saying that he had a child by her sister, and he basically says that Duchess and I are done. What did he say that for? Sky jumped up in the air. That girl, you could look, she almost scraped her head on the ceiling. That girl was so happy. She was like, oh, she really, really, I don't know if she's doing this in support of C's or she's just really happy. I know one thing, that bitch was a little too happy about Duchess being gone. But Duchess is a character. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait for next week. I'll see you in the next video.